I'm going to be completely honest and say that I did not expect for me to be able to, you know, abstract any kind of joy out of doing this. Let me be completely clear. I was not even prepared for me to be like, wow, I am here reading this. Me, 18 years old, reading this. Thinking about what am I going to be doing with university and all that stuff. Had one little innocent game of Cards Against Humanity, and now I have nearly 10 subscribers. Now, 10 is not a big number. I am aware of that. Like, 10 is a very small number when you think about it. You think about the magnitude of numbers, you think, oh shit, 10 is not big, 100 is not big. Like, you can keep going. The thing with numbers is you can always keep going. And they never go down. Like, you can always keep going in both directions. In any direction you want. You can keep going. And going. And going infinitely. There's no one who can stop you. Telling you, no, that number doesn't exist. No, it's an imaginary number now. That's a term. Nobody can tell you that 45 billion, 17 sextillion, whatever the fuck, those can't be named Larry. No, because you discovered it. Because if you discover like a mathematical thing, you can name it. I think. No, you can't. I don't know. You have to prove that you were the one who discovered it, I guess. That's the thing with things. Like, why do you think we measure force in newtons? Because the guy who invented it was called Newton. Why do you think we measure all of these things are typically like called after typically done after some guy's name. The guy that discovered it, or the guy who proved it was real, or the guy who was like, yes. That's the thing. I wondered what I was going to say is that numbers, when you think about it, 10 is not a lot. In fact, in fact, 10 is not even close to what most people on YouTube have. But 10 is like you go into a room and there's 10 people seeing you there and being like, we like what you do, keep doing it. Like, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel good. Like, when you don't see it, I don't think no one really knows how many people 10 is. Whenever I reach 10 subscribers, I will talk about it. But what I want to say is that I did not expect myself enjoying this. Let me be very clear. This was supposed to be a punishment, not me enjoying this. So, now that I'm thinking about it, the murderer of this, well, Mr. Krabs last time. Oh, wait, no. Spoilers. Last time, if you weren't here, how dare you? But we're getting into the good shit. So, a summary of last episode, if you didn't bother to go back and listen to the 1 hour 45 minutes of me talking. Um, Basically, what happened was that the guys kind of got to know each other. Luigi had some heart to heart with Mario. He spoke to Ashley a little bit and Fluttershy a little bit. Honestly, I was kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but I can also kind of understand it in a way that the author didn't want it or couldn't do a system where if you want to hang out with said person, turn to this place. Because, that would have taken a long time. I'm sure that took a long time. Uh, you can see because all of my readings are above an hour long and I'm making them longer. I'm gonna be honest. I did not see myself enjoying this. I did not see myself being like, this is great. This is not that bad, actually. It's got you read it enough, you can it's going. It's like somebody pushed me to do this again, and I still thank that person. Thank you very much. Uh, if you're wondering how did I come across this obscure fan fiction, well, I was talking about Danganronpa with a couple of people from Discord. That's the thing. I don't know when to call people friends. My dad says, "Hey, a friend is just a person who gives you money." I think that's not true because that that feels too mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me money, you my friend now. No, 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 no. A friend is a person who is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may not be best friends, but I don't know if I would call them my friend. I don't want to insult them, but it's just I have problems. Like I would so I don't want to be like, oh, we can advance the relationship now. No, I don't know if I can truly say that they are my friends. Not because I don't want to call them my friends. No, no, no. Don't get the wrong idea. It's just that I don't know if they would be comfortable with me calling them my friends. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because I never really know when a person is truly ready to talk about shit. Well, Jesus. So I was talking about Danganronpa with a couple of friends in Discord, and I just did the thing that I said that I wasn't going to do. God damn it. Anyway, so I was talking to them about Danganronpa, and out of left field, this guy comes in, not me, comes in and says, "Hey, have you heard of Danganronpa 69? It is a complete shit show." And I said, "You know what? I'll check it out." I didn't check it out. I just bookmarked it because ever since that day, I had this link staring at my face ever since. And one day, I was playing. I already told this story, so that's the story of how I learned how to do this. That nearly 10 minutes of me just talking bullshit. So let's get started. Let's go to the entire work, and here we go. We already saw the first chat. Well, the introduction of everyone. I still think that the portrait that they gave Brian looks terrible. His nose is not like big enough. That's the problem. Like they did, I think that they went for a style, but they didn't make it good. You know what I'm saying? Sans looks like you tell it's him, but it's not good. Mr. Krabs, I know he's dead, but he still looks terrible. His arms are way too thick. and he's not enough of a there's like few things wrong. Like you can just recognize him, but it's like it's not there. That's what I'm saying. Parappa Rappa. I said this in first episode that he didn't look that bad. Now that I look at him, he does look bad. Like genuinely. I mean, you can recognize him. You can know who he is. He still has his beanie, his ears are flopped down, but like he's not like wide enough. Like Miku. Miku looks okay. That Tano, I don't know who she is still. Um, so I don't know who she is. Stuart Pot, I still do not know who he is. The conductor, I like his style, but I don't know who he is. I guess he's from the hat time thing. I know I mean, if you had to draw her, you did okay. I had no comments on Fluttershy because, well, I already said that I had to watch the show with my cousin. Does she look like anything from the show? Kinda. Like, like in the style that she was drawn, it's okay. And Nagito, it's not Danganronpa, but Mario and Luigi look like they come straight out of like DeviantArt. You know the one I'm talking about. You know that DeviantArt drawing? Yeah, you know the one. I'm sorry. So let's keep going, shall we? Boy, oh boy, I read all of this, and I keep thinking to myself, why did I read all of this? But at first, I was like, why am I reading this? Why am I doing this to myself? But now I want to genuinely find out if I was right that Mario is the killer. If they're going to pull off a switcheroo, it was not Mario and it was someone else. Because here's the thing I don't think, because in Danganronpa B3, if you watched the last video, you know what I'm talking about. In Danganronpa B3, the time limit was introduced alongside with, how do I say this? With a catch. If no one died in 24 hours, everyone died. That was the catch. In this one, it was just like a free 24 hours. Like, you get to leave if you kill someone in 24 hours. So I'm quite interested in the fact that maybe, just maybe, things will be different. Like, we don't know if Mario is in here, is the murderer, like, 100%. But now that I have finally reached the thing. Oh, oh, Jesus. Alright, so let's begin. So, from the last chapter, for those who remember from the last chapter, will remember that Luigi, Luigi Fluttershy, Ayano Aishi, or Yandere-chan, just discovered the lifeless corpse of Mr. Krabs, which the reader was not glad that he had died, but the fact that he had died made his throat a lot happier, because his throat hurt a lot. So here we go. Luigi thought he was dreaming. There was no way this was real. He couldn't speak. He couldn't even scream. Mr. Krabs' body lay there, drained from all his visual. Mr. Krabs' body lay there, drained from all his usual vigorousness, leaving only an empty shell of the crab he used to be. Ding dong, bing bong. Okay, real quick. What we see here is a picture of Mr. Krabs laying like dead, but like sitting dead with his legs splayed out, his arms to the side, his eyes are kind of curved to the sides. He has a massive, when a character in a cartoon gets hit and they get like a head bump. That's exactly what he got. Um, he's sitting on a puddle of blood, which may mean that he got stabbed. There's a broken glass in the corner there, and there's a frying pan there. So it is okay. So who would use a frying pan? Because it doesn't look like there's a lot of clues here, aside from the mono coin, the broken glass, and who is there anyone that cooks? No. So I wonder who could this be? Aside from Mario looking sus, and because here are the possible people that it could have been. Mario, no, Luigi is not a candidate because, well, yes, the main character has killed before. I don't think it is Luigi. Um, what was I gonna say? Ah, yeah. Um, because Luigi doesn't seem like the type of person who would kill. Neither did Kaede in version 3, but that was more of like a I am going to kill the mastermind kind of move. In this, Luigi doesn't even know that they're who or what or any information of the mastermind in this case. So Luigi has no excuse. Miku also has no excuse to kill anyone. Mario, on the other hand, does have some excuses to kill someone. Why? He wants to get out and see if the princess is coming. If the princess is there. Everybody needs or has a reason why they want to leave. Mr. Krabs wants to get back to check on his close crab. Um, Conductor wants to make a movie. 2B, 2D, I mean, sorry. 2D wants to keep doing songs. So does Miku and so does Teto. Or maybe Teto just wants to leave. Kennedy wants to go back to his kingdom. Brian and Peter, they don't really seem that bothered, honestly. Which is why I don't like Peter doesn't seem that bothered. So I don't think Peter is going to kill anyone. Like he seems too like yeah, if someone gets on his nerves, Peter is very reaction like he has the like the he is the type of person who would kill someone over like him getting mad, but he would do it very immediately, and him hiding the Mr. Krabs corpse in the food room wouldn't really make that much sense. Brian, though. Brian seemed the most not the most suspicious, but the most dour, but the most against uh Mr. Krabs' idea of making like a security patrol. So that's why I am severely scared that because in Danganronpa I kind of have this kind of set of rules of who dies and who lives. Do you ever notice that never in Danganronpa the burly big dude or the big woman in some cases always they always die. They never survive. It's always like another thing that I've noticed is that people with white hair never make it. So that's problem. Uh People with oddly colored hair, aside from the color white, they typically make it. They typically make it, with soda and those other people, and no, actually, because Danganronpa 3 had a lot of people with colored hair, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Ding dong, bing bong. Oh, yes, yes, a body has been discovered. Finally, I feel so alive. Please report to the kitchen for more information. Luigi couldn't even react to the body discovery announcement. It seems that he is dead. It seems that he is dead, said Genderi Chan. No, 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 it can't be. Luigi stood there in silence. Then Genderi Chan, hey, snap out of it. Everyone else will be coming here soon. The girl's stern words slapped Luigi out of his state. He rubbed his head and steadied his breathing. Yeah, yeah, sorry. I don't know how to do scare Luigi, so I'm sorry. Soon, everyone else had arrived at the I almost did it again. I almost did it again. I almost did it again. I keep calling the kitchen chicken. God damn it. But not this time. Soon, everyone else had arrived at the kitchen, each experiencing their own fear at the scene. Holy crap, is there a dead body? Eh, Krabby. Peck, I think I might. No, yes, that is it. Peck, I think I might be sick. Please don't. Yeah. Welcome to the Spare City, folks. Monokuma jumped up from behind a crate. We haven't seen Mario yet, and that's concerning. That's very concerning that Mario hasn't shown up yet. If Mario shows up late, my theory will be confirmed. What's what's so funny? Can't you see that the dead body over there, stupid? Uh, I made Teto like the stereotypical, you know, uh, bitch because I don't know. I don't know her character enough to be like, but she seems like the kind of character that would be like that. That's exactly why I'm excited. Finally, a killing has commenced. Ah, I see. One of us has committed murder. One of us? No way. I bet Monokuma did it. I can't do anything to you lovely students unless you break a rule. One of you did this to poor old crabs fair and square. And now you have to figure out who done it. Who done it? Nobody did it. It was a you. Mario, Mario, don't don't make me suspicious. Because Mario seems like the most suspicious. Because he is like the most I want to get out of here kind of guy out of the entire group. Like the rest of them kind of, you know, accepted it a little bit. If that makes sense. Like they accepted that they were going to be stuck in the school for a little bit. So I wonder if Mario wants to admit that he did murder to get out. Well, Brian hasn't spoken either, and I think it might be either Brian or Mario. Those are my suspects. Mario! Mario stood in the kitchen doorway, clenching his fists enraged. Oh, he is in the kitchen doorway, is he? He just arrived. Oh. No, I just said I can't. You really need to get your ears checked, plumber. Wait, wait. What about that first blood perk thing? Somebody killed in the 24-hour limit, right? Where are you saying we need to investigate? Oh yeah. Should any killer just be set free? Oh, you poor souls. The culprit did technically kill just before the deadline. But since the body wasn't found out until after the deadline, it doesn't count. Can you imagine if that's how it worked? In that's smart. You know what? You didn't tell us anything about that before. This is DDD, by the way. I keep messing with his voice because I can't quite figure it out. What the heck you can? Are you a killer or something? What? No. What a horrible waste of a killing. The culprit must be so disappointed. There's a body over there, and you only care how the killer's feeling? Of course. If only they had confided with me, I could have helped them out, even as the victim. If you haven't read or I guess played the Danganronpa games, Nagato has the tendency of being a massive creep. So here he is. What? Leave the suicidal nut job out of this. That's Brian. But gee, what do we do now? If you investigated. That's what. You say investigate, but what do you investigate exactly? None of us are detectives, stupid. Who cares? It's pretty easy in my opinion. I mean, the list of people who it could be is only 15 long. I might have a few wires loose. So it is one of us? No! My yards are completely in the dark about this. I prepared, but so you are completely in the dark about this. I prepared a special file to start all off. Percent the Monokuma file. The Monokuma file. Like Chan has like the biggest I will murder someone energy because if you played the game or know what the game is about, you'd know that she does a lot of killing. Like a lot of killing. Like a lot of killing. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of killing. It has all the basic information about the murder to get you started. Think of it as a little present from me to you. What a horrible no, that's Yandere. I'm starting to see that Yandere and Ashley have very similar voices. What a terrible present. What a terrible present. Yeah, yeah, she has kind of like a downer um thing. Well, I won't hinder you any longer. Start your investigation. Monokuma jumped back behind the crate and disappeared from the scene. Everyone remained quiet for a moment, glancing at the dead body every once in a while. Luigi, if I didn't tell you to go sleep, then you probably would have been able to prevent the murder. And it's alright, Mario. It's not your fault. But it is. And to make up for it, we need to find out who killed Mr. Krabs for his sake. I'm starting to believe. Mario, alright then. Let's do this. Before we start the investigation, we need to have someone guard the crime scene. Why? So, so the killer can't destroy evidence, idiot. I'll take, I'll take the role. It may not look like it, but I'm made out of pure muscle. It definitely doesn't look like it. Ah, but what if Peter's the killer? Hey, I don't even like crab that much. Then I'll do it with him while I investigate. While we investigate, I guess. And what if you two are accomplices? Why you have to make this so fucking difficult? Don't worry, I'll watch over too. I ain't got much of a brain to help out. In fact, I don't have a brain at all. I feel like Sans doesn't make that many jokes. Oh, well, he does. Threes, I'm scouring off to guard the scene, I suppose. Alrighty then, let's go. I get investigation. I guess we should read the Monokuma file first, huh? Luigi picked up the tablet that had been left on a crate and turned it on. The victim is Eugene Krabs. The estimated time of death was around 9:30 p.m. The victim's body was discovered in the kitchen in the dining hall. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. No other injuries were found. So the murder took place just before the nighttime announcement. Do you think it has anything to do with this meeting? Probably. I should ask the rest of the crew about the meeting. For now, we should make a note of this. Murukuma file has been added to truth bullets. If you don't know what a truth bullet is, I'll explain when the thing happens, quote unquote. So, what do we look for? So, what do we look at first? How about we check out the body? Really? Even if it's hard to do, we should at least see if there are any clues on him. Luigi walked slowly over to Mr. Krabs' body, being careful not to tread on the pool of blood surrounding him. Looking at him close was even worse. His expression bore feelings of terror and confusion, as if he was just as surprised as his death as everyone else. Luigi darted his eyes around the body until he stopped at the large bump on his head. How horrible! As he looked closer, he noticed something slightly strange about it. Huh? What is it, Luigi? Well, his wound doesn't it look a little dirty to you? Hmm, I guess so. Maybe the weapon was a dirty too. That could be it, honestly. Aha! You don't have to look at so far into everything, Luigi. Sauce. That's so suspicious. Like, legitimately, that's so suspicious. Why did Mario say that? Mr. Krabs' head wound has been added to truth bullets. Speaking of which, look over here. Mario pointed to a frying pan in the pool of blood next to Mr. Krabs. Ah, is that the weapon? If it is, the killer's pretty stupid for leaving it here. No, that's not Mario. If it is, the killer's pretty stupid for leaving it here. And why is that? Oh, 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 that's not good for you, Mario. My suspicion for him has just risen. Let me just say that Mario is looking way and more like a lot. Mario's just looking more and more suspicious. Well, and now I'm gonna continue reading. I keep doing this thing where I go on a rant and then I just keep reading. I'm sorry about that. Well, it just means that everyone knows how he died. Not much of a mystery there. It's not. It's not about how it happened. It's about who did it. I know. I'm just saying. Maybe we could connect the pan to someone here. Like who? A frying pan is a pretty vague. Don't tell me it's Fluttershy. Because she's the only one who cooks. And she always stays back to clean the dishes. And she was a member of. Oh no. But she has. But I don't think she. Because Mario's just denying evidence, you know? Like, don't look at the how, look at the who. Which, that does make sense, but the how can also indicate at the who. So that's fairly important. And Mario is straight up saying, don't worry too much about it. Maybe it's just his nature, but he seems to lead a lot of suspicion to him. However, Fluttershy is the only one who knows how to cook. But this doesn't mean that she doesn't have hands. And to swing a weapon around, you need hands. So unless Hughes has magic, which I don't know if she does, I don't think she does. I don't think she does. So the killer dropped the pan in the blood and left the scene. If you got hit on the head with a frying pan, how much do you how would you expect the blood to look like on it? What? Hey, don't go appearing out of nowhere. Am I not allowed to investigate too? Am I that worthless? What? I just thought you'd like to keep that question in mind. That's all. After cracking a mysterious smile, Nagito walked off to another part of the kitchen. What? What would the blood look like on the pan? Well, from what I can see here, from what I can see here, it's just on the underside. It's been in the blood. Is that wrong? Just ignore that, weirdo, Luigi. The pan has to be the weapon. I might just keep a note of that. Frying pan has been added to truth bullets. Mario, your suspicion is rising. Mario, your suspicion level 75. Right now, Fluttershy is at level 15. Peter could not have done it. I'm sure it's not him. The death is kind of sad, though. Mr. Krabs just wanted to be the boss. Is there a reason to kill him? Is there really a reason to kill him? I am not sure what the motive could even be. It's kind of funny, though. I saw Mr. Krabs walk into the dining hall around evening time. I kind of wanted to see if I could join the crew, but I was too tired, so I decided to ask him the next day. And well, here we are. I'm not sure what's so funny about it. Like, Mario's acting pretty offensive for something that he should. What time did you see him go to the dining hall? Sometime before 9 p.m. I think, probably 8:45. Makes sense. That was at the scheduled meeting time. Thank, thanks for telling us that. No problem, Paul. Sans account has been added to truth bullets. So what, Luigi? You knew about the meeting, so you should have known the time he got there. But I could, because we went to bed, remember? That's why I still need to ask the rest of the crew. Get fucked, Mario. Suspicion level 85 now. Because oh, yeah. Sorry. Again, it's not your fault. As the brothers continued with their investigation, they spotted a broken spice bottle on the floor. Hey, where did this come from? Maybe the killer wanted to spice Mr. Krabs before they ate him. But he's not been eaten. It's because they found out they were allergic to seafood. I think that's enough theories for you, Peter. But that's just a theory, a game theory. The urge to not punch my monitor is it's a lot. The urge to just not punch my monitor is a lot. To just punch my monitor and never have to see it again. I hope Peter dies. I hope Peter's the killer. Uh, hmm? I know where that bottle came from. Fluttershy hesitantly walked up to the brothers and pointed to the shelf above. That's the spice shelf. I used a few of those spices in my meal. Did you knock any other bottles down before? No. I tried to be extra careful up there, and if I did, I would clean it up right away. Then why is there a broken bottle here then? Hmm? So, so she's lying. I'm not lying. What else can you tell us about the shelf? It's quite a sturdy shelf, and there's a lot of room up there for a lot of spices. Probably even enough room for someone to stand on it. It could not have been Peter. If someone stood on Peter would have broken the shelf because he's too fat. So it could not have been Peter. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Brian, have you figured out who the killer is yet? How am I supposed to know who the killer is from that? Oh, well, I guess we don't have to worry about this then. Come on, Luigi, let's carry on. Mario's act. Every time that Mario opens up his mouth, he makes it more obvious that it's him. This whole thing does seem kind of strange, though. Broken spice bowl has been added to truth bullets. Spice shelf has been added to truth bullets. Luigi, I forgot to ask you this before, but why weren't you at the meeting yesterday? Oh, yeah, well, Mario told me to get some rest, as I wasn't looking very good. I was meant to apologize to you all this morning about it. Oh, I understand completely. I'm sure Mr. Krabs would have understood too. Yeah, so could you tell me about the meeting? You know the reason why Mario's my top get sauce is because he told Luigi to not go. Not only that, but but I don't think he'd ever said that Mario went to sleep, unless I am reading this wrong. Oh, of course, I arrived at classroom A around 9 p.m. where I saw. Wait, the classroom? That Mr. Krabs said the meeting was in the dining hall. Huh? But he changed the location, remember? He changed the location? Yeah, he slipped notes under our dorms informing us of a location change from the dining hall to classroom A. So why did Mr. Krabs go to over there? Either it is Mario, because Mario is acting sus. But didn't Sans just say he saw Mr. Krabs walking to the dining hall? Huh? That's weird. Definitely weird. Who went to that meeting, Fluttershy? Well, it was me, Parappa, Miku, 2D, and Peter. They all say they got the note too. Can I see this note? Sorry, I don't have the note with me, but maybe one of the others do. So what happened next? We all waited for you and Mr. Krabs, but you two never showed up. When the nighttime announcement played, we all decided to go back to our dorms. Ah, okay. And did anyone leave during that time? No. Yeah, I guess there's more of a mystery than I thought. Yeah, thanks, Fluttershy. You're welcome. Meeting in classroom has been added truth votes. Before you keep chatting with people, is there anything we've missed? We could have checked the crates behind Mr. Krabs. Luigi wandered behind Mr. Krabs to the crates. Search more clues. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Ah, wait. Luigi caught sight of something pink gazing at one of the crate. So you see it too. Is that blood? It matches the color of Mr. Krabs. Why would there be blood there? I don't know. It's nowhere near the source of blood. Strange. Bloody crate has been added to truth bullets. I think we've investigated everything in here. Where to now, bro? I like to check with the rest of the crew and see if anyone has had a note. Brothers walked out of the kitchen into the dining hall where they saw a few more people located around. You talked to Miku, Turi, and Ted. Hey, how you doing? Just just managing, I guess. Poor little Krabby, he didn't deserve to die. Yeah, I'm, I'm kind of I kind of feel guilty calling him a smelly shrimp now. I'm sure we'll have found out whoever did it. For now, do any of you two have the note Mr. Krabs gave you about the location change for the meeting? I've got mine in my pocket. You want to take a look? Why weren't you at the meeting though, Luigi? Mario told me to rest as I wasn't looking so good. Did he now? Oh, that's so nice of him. Such good little brothers. Such cute brothers, I mean. That does not sound suspicious to you? No. Here you go, mate. Duty gave his note to Luigi, and he took a look at it. Our I changed our meeting from the dining hall to classroom A for convenience's sake. The time's still 9 p.m. Don't be late. Ooh, it looks like Mr. Krabs wrote this, huh? I know it's exactly the same as that one. Mr. Krabby was so hard working to write us all 6 individual notes. 6? I never got one of those notes. Huh? You did? Did he ever get you? Oh no. Oh no, Mario, your suspicion level just went to 100% because Mario did not need to give a letter to Luigi because he was already out. You're just digging yourself in. Maybe he wasn't so hardworking after all. Just digging your own grave by telling us that. Huh? Hmm. Don't worry, Taro. Luigi's gonna solve the mystery for us. Well, I'll try. Mind if I keep this a note to thee? Not at all, mate. Meeting location change notes has been added to truth bullets. Give me a minute because I need some water. My throat is killing me. I'm back with water and some peanuts. Meeting location changes. Meeting location change notes has been added to truth bullets. So what did you find out from them? Well, I managed to get the note. I'm not so sure what to look for now though. What the heck are you doing? Conductor said. Luigi turned around and saw to see a conductor and DDD at the whiteboard. I was just looking. No, you're not. You tapped me with evidence. Evidence? The brothers walked over to a commotion. Hey, what's going on here? This picnic was about to vandalize Mr. Krabs' whiteboard. No, it wasn't. It's just seeing what he wrote on it. Then why are you holding a marker pen? Uh, look, I was bored. I was just bored, okay? I'm not good at this investigation stuff, so I want to find something to do. Well, how about you go somewhere far away from here? Do you mind if we check out the board first? Sure, sure. I was just leaving anyway. Ignoring the two birds, we just scanned the whiteboard for anything worth noting. The words protection methods were written in the middle with red, and some other notes written around the back in black. Mr. Krabs really want to protect us, huh? And I guess this is more evidence that Mr. Krabs was really here after all. But if he gave everyone those notes, why did he come to the dining hall? It just doesn't make a sense. This is too much for my head. More, more sus. Whiteboard has been added to truth boards. Wait, Luigi, you were the first one to find the boards, right? Well, technically, Fluttershy was at the first. Why are you so early then? I guess since I went way earlier than usual, I woke up before the morning announcement. I decided to wait outside the dining hall, where I met with Fluttershy and Rendere-chan. When the morning played, we all went inside and found Mr. Krabs soon after. Hmm. Well, I guess this means you should have more early. You should have. You should have more early sleeps then. I, I don't even think that was that the important part. But it may be worth remembering what happened in the morning. Morning account has been added to truth bullets. The release suspicion level has increased by 5%, 10%. Well, you keep on investigating, bro. I gotta go to the bathroom. Luigi shrugged at his brothers. I can't speak, I swear. I've done it before. Luigi shrugged at his brother's departure and turned back to the kitchen. I should have probably just checked with Peter and Parappa for their notes too. As Luigi walked back into the kitchen, he was startled by all of a sudden a call of his name. Luigi! Luigi! Over here! Huh? Luigi wandered to the small dog who pointed to a coin. I think I found some evidence. Is that a monocoin? Do you think it's important? It could be, but the crabs love money after all. So, it probably just fell out of his pocket or something. Don't act so high and mighty for finding something useless. Hey! Actually, it couldn't have come from his pocket. Why is that? Peter and I had a conversation with Mr. Krabs about his money. He told us he hid all of what what he found in his dorm room. I was just asking to borrow one, you know. I was thinking getting that blue chick or something. Something. Hey, I thought that you had a wife. There's still a possibility that he found it before the murder, though. So, what he found isn't important? Oh, man. Just a moment. No, that's nonsense. That's Yandere. Just a moment. The group turned to see Yandere eyeing the body. Suddenly, she knelt down and calmly started feeling around the crab's pocket. Hey, what are you doing? I can confirm there are no monocoins in his pockets. And does this change anything? He could have just found the one. I don't think the monocoin belongs to him. Really? What? Did the killer leave it behind? I'm not sure yet. That was helpful. I'll keep a note of it just in case. Monocoin has been added to truth bullets. Wow, she touched the dead body like it was nothing. It was kinda weird, but kinda cool too. Like an actual detective. All I found was a stupid coin. Well, if you never found that other coin, she wouldn't have looked in his pockets, right? I guess so. If you're wondering what I do to do Parappa's voice, I just put like the widest smile. Like, like you're going to get taking a photo, and then I speak. I guess so. So there we go. Hey Luigi, I'm back. So did you? Oh hey Mario. So did you find anything else? Not much, just a few things. Do you think we need to discuss anything else? Well, the murder did take place close to nighttime, so maybe you should discuss the nighttime rules. The murder was just before nighttime, not during nighttime. Does that really matter? Maybe, but I wanna check just in case. Okay, well, nighttime is from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. And during that time, the gym and dining hall are locked. As if the murder was in the kitchen, rules don't matter. I just want to check. Actually, I think taking the rules is a great idea. Why do I keep giving him the crazy voice? Like, that's when he is completely gone. Like, Nagito can speak regularly, but he sometimes goes off. You again. And just to add on, Water is also turned off during these times, and we can't sleep anywhere other than our dorms. Hmm. All right then. Mario huffed and rolled his eyes. We all know. Nighttime rules has been added to truth bullets. Ding dong, bing bong. Ding dong, bing bong. It's this bullshit again. Everyone has stopped whatever they were doing and glanced. Remind me to never eat peanuts while doing a recording. They're too easy to go down the wrong road, make me cough, and blow all your eardrums. Everyone has stopped whatever they were doing and glanced to the nearest monitor that displayed the arguably hated bear. Ahem. So I'm getting. No, that's Mario. So I'm getting tired of waiting. Let's just jump right in, shall we? Please report to the red door near the gym. And the fun can begin. I guess it's a time, huh? Don't worry, Luigi. We'll find out who did it in no time. Wait, he said the red door, right? No, that's not 2D. It's just that I messed up, Brian. Wait, he said the red door, right? Looks like we can finally find out where it leads to. There better be some Pawtucket beer behind that door. I'm craving a drink, Peter said. Everyone soon made Everyone soon made their way to the mysterious door, which was now unlocked. Inside was a small bare room with what seemed to be an elevator on the far side. Ah, it seems I was correct. Correct about what? No, that's not DDD. Correct about what? Correct about what? No. Correct about what? You know what? This is his voice now. Correct about what? This elevator will lead us to the trial room. Trial room? His train is like a blooming court case. It should be. Mr. Krabs was a very nice man. He deserves justice. Yeah, what kind of cruel monster did that to him? Alright, let's see our evidence so far. Someone was standing and there's blood behind some crates. There's the penny that someone had placed there, which I'm guessing was Mario right now. We have the fact that someone stood in a spice rack. Now, who is light enough to do that? Who's known to jump that high? Because if we look at this drawing, the spice rack was quite high up. It should be. But anyway, let's continue. It should be. Mr. Curry was a very nice man. He deserves justice. Yeah, what kind of cruel monster did that? One of us, according to the bear. No, it's not sense. One of us, according to the bear. Is it really, Joe? I still can't believe that. Me too. Me too. Me free. No, wait. Me free. Would you just no? Would you just die already? Oh, please have mercy on my soul. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I've just come to hurry you all into the elevator. Trials can't start without the participants, you know. So get a move on. Monokuma jumped into a dark corner and vanished illogically once again, leaving everyone eventually board the elevator. Hey, Luigi! Mario put a soft hand on his brother's shoulder after seeing his face was full of unease. We're not gonna find out who did it. Then we gonna leave together. You just gotta stay strong. It was you, Mario, wasn't it? Luigi nodded in response, struggling a small smile in response. Your turn. They boarded the elevator with everyone else, and soon the doors closed. After a brief moment, it started to move on its own. The ride was somewhat shaky and jittery, and the sound of the clanking mechanism echoed throughout the enclosed space. Luigi opted to focus on his own uneven heartbeat, clenching his fist in an attempt to calm himself down. This elevator sure is taking so long time. No, that's not it. This elevator sure is taking a long time. Yeah, how far underground? Yeah, how far underground do we need to go? I'm sure there isn't. I'm sure there isn't long to go now. I am sorry if you heard knocking. Oh wait, I'm sorry if you heard knocking. Someone had to tell me something. So here we go. The elevator continued for what seemed like an eternity, until finally it stopped with a loud ding. The doors opened to reveal a large room with podiums laid out in a circular format, and a high throne on the far side. Welcome, welcome, and yeah, welcome. No, welcome, welcome. Aren't you just so excited for this? Pack no. Like this from Popeyes? Question mark. No, that's Ashley. What? What is this room's purpose? So you can, so you can do the trial, silly. This seating means that everyone can see everyone, which is such a revolutionary idea. Now, everyone, find the seat with your name on it and be snappy about it. Everyone reluctantly found the seats and stood at their assigned podium. It felt strange to see everyone as much as they could see you, all with the same feeling of doubt and suspicion. It made Luigi feel all the more on edge. For now, we need to find out who killed Mr. Krabs. And there's a flashback of Mr. Krabs. Eugene Krabs thought to himself. Luigi's thinking to himself. Eugene Krabs. He was loud, boisterous, and loved money more than any of us. But he had a strong sense of leadership and only wanted to help guide us in a time of need. Still, someone like him got murdered. Here we see Mr. Krabs smiling, being dead. Then we see Tedo crossing her arms in annoyance. We see Ashley looking stern. We see the conductor fixing his top hat. We see Peter thinking about something. We see Brian stern. We see his hands giving a smile, I guess. We see Miku very concerned. We see 2B very concerned. We see we see we see Yandere-chan looking not that concerned, like not even a little bit. She looks like someone took a photo of her from the side without her permission. Then we have King DDD assuring his ego. And we see Mario, Luigi, Nagito giving it a weird smirk, weird smile. Uh, Fluttershy giving being as nervous as ever. Parappa looking really nervous. Is the killer really one of us? Even if it's a true, there's something I just can't believe. That's something that I can just believe. But we have to find the killer. To avenge Mr. Krabs, we have to find out the truth. Now, I know, I know that this is technically another chapter, but just for you, I'll be doing the class trial and chapter 2 at the same time. God fucking damn it. Shut up, Discord. Just as nobody expected it, Mr. Krabs was horribly killed by someone in this room. But is it really one of them? Who could have killed such a nice old crab? With the killer will ever be found out. So now we have the truth files. The Monokuma file. Number 1. The victim is Gene Krabs. The estimated time of death was around 9:30 p.m. The body was discovered in the kitchen located in the dining hall. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. No other injuries were found. Krabs' head wound. Mr. Krabs' wound involves a large bump on his head. On closer inspection, the wound seems rather dirty. Frying pan. A frying pan was found in the pool of blood around Mr. Krabs. It may be worth noting that there is only blood on the other side of the pan. Broken spice bottle. A broken spice bottle was found next to Mr. Krabs' body. It seems to have come from the spice shelf located above. Spice shelf. The shelf directly above the crime scene. It's wide enough for someone to stand on it without difficulty. Bloody crate. On the other side of a crate, there seems to be marks of blood, despite not being near the source of blood. Monocoin. Monocoin was found next to Mr. Krabs' body. No monocoins were found on Mr. Krabs' person. It was confirmed by Peter and Brian that Mr. Krabs hid all his findings in his storeroom. Meeting location change notes. The note Parappa, Fluttershy, Miku, and 2D and Peter received all received slid under the doors, informing them of a location change of the meeting. I've changed our meeting from the dining hall to classroom A for convenience's sake. The time's still 9 p.m. Don't be late, Mr. Krabs. Meeting in classroom. Everyone in Mr. Krabs' crew except for Mr. Krabs and Luigi went to a classroom at 9 p.m. For the meeting. They waited out there until the nighttime announcement at 10 p.m., in which they all left their dorms. No one left the classroom during this time. Sans account. Sans saw Mr. Krabs walking into the dining hall at 8:45 p.m. Morning account. Fluttershy, Luigi, and Yandere-chan were all outside the dining room from 6:45 until 7 a.m. When the dining hall was unlocked, they went inside. They didn't see anyone else in the dining hall except for the late Mr. Krabs in the kitchen. Whiteboard. Mr. Krabs' whiteboard is still located in the dining hall, presumably when he wheeled it in. The words protection methods written in red ink and other notes written around in black. Nighttime rules. Since the murder took place close to nighttime, it may be viable to know the rules during nighttime. Nighttime is from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. During this time, the doors to the dining hall and gym are locked. Water is also turned off. Sleeping anywhere other than the dorms is not permitted. Class trial. All rise. Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then the only blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will get to graduate. And the killer is one of us. Oh God. And the killer is one of us. Yep, yep, yep. No, 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 no. No matter how many times you say it, I still can't believe it. So what are we supposed to do now? Yeah, I've never been to court before. Hey, killer, if you tell us who you are, I'll give you a free beer on the house. I don't think the killer is that stupid. I don't think the killer is that stupid to fall for something like that. Hey, what's that picture over there? It's Miss, it's Mr. Krabby. Oh, that? Well, I thought it would be so unfair for Mr. Krabs to miss out on the trial just because he's dead. So in one way or another, he's here too. They'd support you dying disturbing and tasteless, you peckneck. All right, enough idle chit-chatting. It's time to talk about some murder. What shall we discuss first? I wonder. How about we go over what we already know and see what we have figured out from there? Sounds like a good starting point to me. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's find out who killed Mr. Krabby. I guess our discussion is starting. I wonder where we'll go from here. Non-stop debate. In the non-stop debate, you have to shoot orange words with the truth bullets. That's why they're called that. And if you shoot the correct word with the correct truth bullet, you advance the trial. So Mr. Krabs was found dead in the kitchen this morning. And a giant pool of blood. Ew! And there were a bunch of items surrounding him. Like like the frying pan. Hey, if we found him dead this morning, then that means he must have been killed this morning. That's the idiot. I can't do his voice anymore. Oh, Mr. Krabby just wanted some breakfast, but he sadly got killed. Dying on an empty stomach is a horrible way to die. So basically, if you don't find the correct word, the argument repeats until you find the correct word. So now it's going to start again. Hey, if we found him dead this morning, that means he must have been killed this morning. Akuma file number 1. And he should killed this morning because killed this morning is in bright. It's like, it's like in a different font basically. No, that's wrong. Break. No, that couldn't have been the case. Why not? According to the Monokuma, no, according to the Monokuma file, Mr. Krabs died around the 9:30 p.m. way before morning. Oh, did he now? Did you not even read the Monokuma file, you stupid peckneck? No, I already told ya. I ain't good at this investigation stuff. Now leave me alone. So if he died before nighttime, then we'll have to check everyone's alibis during that time. Alibi? He said, that what you were doing around that time. But it's also important to know why Mr. Krabs was in the kitchen in the first place. Then how about we discuss that next? Non-stop debate again. What was Mr. Krabs doing in the kitchen? Maybe he was getting something to eat? Nah, I know exactly what he's doing. Then what was he doing, Lassie? Yeah, picnic. I'm just gonna tell he said this is with picnic, so yeah, you know that this is the conductor. He kept going on about his stupid meeting, so obviously he was in there for a meeting. I guess it made him an easy target. Ouch. Ouch. He kept going on about his stupid meeting, so obviously he was there for a meeting. Meeting location change notes. No, that's wrong. I'm going to like doing that. Break. Mr. Krabs shouldn't Mr. Krabs shouldn't have gone to the dining hall for his meeting, especially since he had changed the meeting location. He did? Yeah, yeah, and I have this the note to approve it. No, don't do that. Don't put the next to prove it because it sounds like he's approving. I'll change our meeting from the dining hall to classroom A for convenience's sake. The time is still 9 p.m. Don't be late. Hey, that's it all. Hey, that's all I got, said Peter. Me too. This note was given to everyone in Mr. Krabs' crew. Fluttershy, Parappa, Miku, Toody, and Peter. Except a you, though. Yeah, not a me. Anyway, this proves that Mr. Krabs should have had no business in the dining hall, and that everyone who got the note is innocent. Wait just a damn minute. Interjection. Huh? Okay, they're taking Danganronpa 2 into here. So they're taking the Danganronpa 2 uh, spin on things. Even Danganronpa 3. Um, you know, because in an interjection, basically, give me a second, I need to quiet my thought. Interject, yeah. So basically, somebody doesn't agree with a break, so you need to the truth bullets transform into truth swords, and you need to cut their arguments with the specific sword. Huh? How does that approve those? How does that approve those guys are innocent? No, wait. How does that prove that those guys are innocent? Well, it's don't go spewing nonsense without reason. Don't go spewing nonsense without reason. You're gonna get us all killed. Brutal showdown. Just so Mr. Krabs. Just so Mr. Krabs sent them that note doesn't mean that they did do it. We can see the body in the kitchen. So Mr. Krabs did end up there. Well, yeah, but they should. Well, yeah, but they should have been in classroom A. So, so maybe one of them went with Mr. Krabs to the kitchen and finished him off there. Meeting in the classroom. Truth sword. Allow me to cut through those doors. But no, wait, fuck. No, I fucked it up. Allow me to cut through those words. Break. That can't be it. Because from what I know, everyone stayed in that classroom from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And Mr. Krabs never showed up. He didn't?
He didn't. Then why did he send the damn notes just to never show up?
That's what I was thinking too. Wait, are we all safe? Haha, thanks, sweetie. We can totally share a beer after this for saving me. I think I'll pass. So, our list of suspects goes down to 9. That's still a lot of people, you know. So did Mr. Krabs get the kill somewhere else? Then move to dining hall? No, I think Mr. Krabs was killed in the kitchen, and I think somebody kinda back me up on this. Sans account. Isn't that right, Sans? Yeah, sometimes you need to choose someone to back you up. Yup. I saw Mr. K walk into the dining hall around 8:45 p.m. He was looking pretty pumped too. So Mr. Krabs was already in the dining hall before he was killed, said Brian. I'm just No wait, hang on. I got an idea. I got an idea to say how Brian is different. I couldn't find it. Yep. Uh, I saw Mr. K walk into the dining hall around 8:45 p.m. He was looking pretty pumped too. So Mr. Krabs was already in the dining hall before he was killed. Whoa, ass ahoy. Huh? Why did he go to the dining hall if the meeting was in the classroom? That's still something we need to solve. Alright, team, let's get the talking. Non-stop debate. Even if he wasn't meant to be there, why was Mr. Crab in the dining hall? Maybe he was just hungry. Maybe there were some errands he needed to take care of. Maybe it was I'm gonna read this again, okay? Maybe he was just hungry. Maybe he was just hungry. Maybe there were some errands he needed to take care of. What kind of errands would you run in a dining hall? To he said the last one. Maybe he was there for the meeting. What? You stay quiet all this time, and when you finally open your mouth, you just packing nonsense.
Yeah, we already said he changed location.
I think Colonel Dawes is right, despite going against everything so far. Maybe he was there for the meeting. Whiteboard. I agree with that. Consent. I never fucking like that it's called consent because that implies some things I don't want to see. Don't look it up. Don't look up what I just put in your mind. Don't. I think she's right. Wh- What? What are you talking about, you peckneck? Are you really this stupid? No, I need remember what was in the dining hall. Mr. Krabs' whiteboard, wasn't it? I think that the writer forgot. Yeah, he was in another room. Whiteboard. There wasn't at the dining hall. Mr. Krabs' whiteboard. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it was. If Mr. Krabs intended their meeting to be in the classroom, why did he take his whiteboard to the dining hall?
That,
I don't know. And since when you saw Mr. Krabs walk into the dining hall, was his whiteboard with him? Now that you mention it. Yep, he was wheeling it along with him. Well, there's obviously something wrong with one of these stories. Hey, I wouldn't lie to you, Paul, would I? It's not to do with anyone's alibi, but the note. The note? Ah, I see what you mean. Huh? What is it? Don't hog all the information to yourselves. I, for one, don't see anything wrong with the note. That's so wrong with the note, Luigi thought to himself. If you compare the note to the whiteboard, I'm sure you'll see what I mean. Huh? What part do I need to compare? The color, the handwriting, the message. The handwriting. Of course! Ah, I see. What is it, Luigi? If you compare the handwriting on the whiteboard to the handwriting on the note, they're noticeably different. Remind me to not eat peanuts. Like in general. They are, aren't they? Whoa, ahoy. Aside from Mr. Krabs' preference to write in capital letters, the handwriting is clearly different. You notice that detail? That's amazing. Oh, oh, Mario's not looking good. And what does this mean? Mr. Krabs did not write these notes. What? He, he, he didn't? It must have been a trick to lure everyone away from the dining hall. This must mean that the culprit wrote those notes. Haha, such a clever idea. Don't praise the killer, you stupid peckneck. But why didn't they just cancel the meeting out? No, that's too Brian. But why didn't they just cancel the meeting altogether? That would have been easier, right? What are you more likely to believe? A location change or a cancellation without reason? Whoa, ahoy. Well, Mr. Krabs really had no reason to cancel his meeting. In fact, that gave him more of a reason than anything. The killer probably didn't know what to put as a reason, so just changing the location was a better option, I guess. So we, so with Mr. Krabs still thinking that everyone was gonna come to dining hall, went all alone, and that's when the killer decided to take a bite out of his head. What? Well, how did he die? According to the Monokuma file, it was a blood force trauma to the head. Eh? What does that mean? Well, obviously someone bopped him on the head. Well, like a full-on whack. Also, there's something weird about that Monokuma file. Weird? Weird? Don't you like? What don't you like about it, lady? Something weird, huh? It doesn't say the weapon, it doesn't say the culprit, it doesn't say his final words. It doesn't say the weapon. The weapon is explicitly stated in the file. Yeah, but it's pretty obvious what it is, though. Is it, though? Is it? Non-stop debate. Luigi thought to himself, is it? The weapon's pretty clear to me. Is it the spy? Is it the spice ball? Maybe they want to spice him up before they ate him. That's the second time he made the joke. Peter, now's not time for your eating theory. Whoa, ahoy. No, they walked in with a frying pan. Plain and simple. Are you sure about that? Yup. He seems pretty sure. Nagito is very persistent in saying it's not, is he right? No, they walked in with a frying pan. Plain and simple. Frying pan. No, that's a wrong. Break. I do have a doubts about the frying pan being the weapon. Oh, said Sans. I remember that Nagito asked about the frying pan during the investigation. Flashback. If you got hit on the head with a frying pan, how would you expect the blood to look like on it? What? Hey, don't go appearing out of nowhere. Am I not allowed to investigate the two? Am I that worthless? What? I just thought you'd like to keep that question in mind. That's all. Flashback end. Now I think I understand what he meant. I thought he said he was a bunch of nonsense. But if you were to hit someone on the head with a weapon in an attempt of murder, then the blood on the weapon should be splattered everywhere. Well done, Luigi. You are correct. This isn't a game, you know. Wait, is that really true? I can confirm that this is true, especially considering how no other part of the frying pan was covered in blood except from the underside. It just seemed a little too neat. Eh? Why would you know that so well? And there Chan decided to stay quiet and creep everyone out. Anyway, that part makes me a doubt that the frying pan was the weapon at all. Then why was he not there? It was probably just to throw us off from the real weapon used. Placing it in the pool of blood made it seem like it was connected to the murder. Whoa, ahoy. Ah, a very smart explanation, Brian. I'm sure the killer's identity will come to you next. That's not how it works, Peter. Whoa, ahoy. Why is Sly culprit? Easy red herrings to make it such a cliche movie trope. Oh boy, what a fucking picnic. Then why didn't you think of that in the first place? Alright, so what was the real weapon then? If its identity was hidden, then it's probably pretty unconventional. What could the weapon be? Looks looks like we have to uncover the real weapon what the real weapon was. I can't say that what it was for sure yet, but maybe talking about it will give us a clue. Luigi thought to himself. Non-stop debate. So what's the weapon? That's what we're trying to discuss. So how about you shut your mouth and use your pecking, necking brain for a change? I already have Baywood's in our PC kitchen equipment. No, it's not that British, but okay. I'm talking about DDD. Maybe the weapon was from the dining hall, like a chair. What if it had to do with the shelf? Maybe they whacked him with his own claw. Ah, how horrible! Those seem like a bunch of random ideas. However, I think one of them could have worked. What if they had to do it with the shelf? Spy shelf. I agree with that. Consent. Not again. Fluttershy, I think you might be alright. Uh, really? Yeah? Yeah, really? I thought my idea was good. Of course you did, Taro. Well, it's just what you said about Spy Shelf 4, but there being enough room for somebody to stand on it. There is? Yeah, just enough space for one person. Ah, that's quite interesting. Mario's looking more and more sus by the minute. I just want to say that. Why did Mr. Krabs fall off and bump his head? Was he his own murderer? Boo! That would be very funny. And suicide is very complicated in this series. Nagito killed himself once, and the whole trial was very complicated. That confirms that it didn't. It didn't happen. Well, it's not like it was a liable theory to begin with. Hey, even if you play hard to get, I'm going to try anyway. What is he talking about? So what's the point of bringing it on the shelf then? You picnic? Well, there may be a way the killer used it in the murder, and that's what we need to discuss next. This seems a little too ridiculous, bro. And what are the possibilities for the shelf? Killer pushed Mr. Krabs off that shelf. But there's only space on that shelf for one person. Then the killer threw spices at him. How would you spices cause that much damage to his head? And we only found that one broken crime scene, idiot. Hey, I'm trying my hardest here. Maybe this shelf isn't part of this after all. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Luigi. No, there's definitely the way the killer could have utilized the shelf. It it seems that you're up to something again. No, wait. Let me try that again. It seems that you're up to something again. She's alright. I have a feeling there may be some way that the shelf was involved. I just gotta think about it. Picture Luigi driving either snowboarding or driving around in a car. Question one: Who would have who would have been standing on the shelf? Mr. Krabs, the culprit, or a third party? The culprit. Question two: Where would Mr. Krabs be located for the culprit to strike? Over the shelf, on the shelf, under the shelf. Mario's very clearly killer, but I'm going. Oh fuck! I haven't read ahead, but I'm pretty sure that Mario's the killer. Under the shelf, what would the culprit have to do? Is strike Mr. Krabs? Jump off the shelf. Oh! Throw something off the shelf. Call out to Mr. Krabs. Jump off the shelf. It's all a coming together. Break. To strike Mr. Krabs, the killer jumped off of the shelf. They did what? Jumping off the shelf would give the killer the advantage of extra height to the blow, and it's a pretty unconventional way of murder. It would also be a makeshift hiding spot to easily strike Mr. Krabs. Was hiding behind a blooming crate not enough? Yeah, I could have just easily jumped off a crate. No, there's evidence proving that it was the shelf. Broken spice bottle. I have found the broken spice bottle under the shelf where it came from. I thought we didn't need to worry about that. But as the killer jumped off, they probably knocked over this bottle. And that's when we find out broken at the scene. My voice is going out. I'm sorry. How long have I been on this? About what I usually go. Let's go a little bit longer. Well, I suppose that does make plausible sense. There were a lot of spice crates up there, so the chances of one being knocked down while standing on it is pretty high. But I can't a killer. And with this, I conclude that the killer jumped off of the shelf to kill Mr. Krabs. Hang on there, pal. Projection. Huh? You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. You drunk or something? Am I? Now then, Luigi, prepare to battle against me in a fight of pure wit and muscle. Rebuttals showdown. So despite none of my theories being correct, you continue to say that the shelf was used. I thought we were pals, but it's not that. My theory is that the killer jumped off the shelf. Don't be stupid. Luigi, how did the killer get onto the shelf in the first place? There's some totally awesome sci-fi teleportation advice. There's nothing that they could have gotten them up there. Bloody crate. Allow me to cut those words. Break. Actually, there is something that the killer could have used to get onto the shelf. I I paid $20. You're wrong. Ah, they messed up Luigi's name. It's Luigi. This crate has marks of blood on the bottom, despite being far away from the pool of blood. How did it get blood on it then? The killer pushed the crate to the wall to get onto the shelf. When pushing it back, it probably went through some of the blood, staining the bottom of it. Oh, about just $20. It's a fine. So even if the shelf was used, that doesn't tell us the weapon. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does tell us that the killer used to kill him, you know. If it wasn't the pen, then I'm out of ideas. Hmm. Uh, if we can't think of about the weapon, how about we focus on something else? For example, how Mr. Krabs got lured into the kitchen. Lord, what are you talking about, you peckneck? Well, Mr. Krabs was in the dining hall for a meeting, so what made him go to the kitchen? The killer must have done something to grab his attention. I guess we gotta think about that now, huh? What lured, what lured Mr. Krabs to the kitchen? That's what we need to discuss next. What lured Mario to the what lured Mr. Krabs to the kitchen? They could have lured him with food. Does anyone know what he liked? Maybe they grabbed his attention with a loud noise. Did they scream at the top of their lungs? Ah, too loud for me. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe they lured him with something he likes? I have no packing idea what that crab liked. I think I have some evidence that goes with Anadosa's statement. Maybe they lured him with something he liked. Monocoin. I agree with that. Ah, Parapa, I think you are right. Am I? I mean, I am. Remember that a monocoin you found? I think that's what lured Mr. Krabs into the kitchen. A monocoin? Mr. Krabs' favorite thing was money, after all. And I thought I was pretty greedy. Boo! Alright, so how did he find it? Clearly was inspired from the packing doorway. Oh yeah. How did he find it then? Does anyone remember what Mr. Krabs said he used to find monocoins? What? What does that? What? What? What does that mean? What he used to find monocoins? Flashback. The machine takes this odd-looking currency called monocoins. Monocoins? They,
These babies.
Mr. Krabs smugly pulled out 20 or so monocoins from his pockets. Eh? But Monokuma only gave us one each.
I went off. I went off looking for some more using me lucky senses.
Did you plan to spend it on the machine?
What? Of course not.
Then why did you want to find so many? Luigi thought to himself back then. Flashback end. Ah, He has said he uses lucky senses. But, but, but why did he use lucky senses? Maybe he's just a luck? No, luck doesn't work like that. Eh? Are you a major in study of luck? If you think you if you think about the term lucky senses, and it's not to do with luck, then it has to do with one of his senses. Like a sixth sense? Superpower serving money like a magnet? That wouldn't even make us an interesting manga. What? That's really weird. I'm sorry. One of his senses, huh? Luigi thought to himself. Sight, smell, hearing. He uses smell in the show, but here it's the sight. Is it sight? Or are you packing say you couldn't see from the doorway? Are you telling me he had X-ray vision? Ah, I don't think it was the right choice. Maybe a different sense. Is it smell?
He didn't smell the money.
Yes, the monocoins have a distinct smell to them. It is not strong. However, for a crab who's obsessed with money, the smell should have become pretty potent. The culprit must have figured this out somehow, and used this to their advantage. 2D. So the killer used monocoins to lure Mr. Krabs into the kitchen by its smell. That must be it. Whoa, that's a pretty crazy. So now it comes down to the question of who owns a monocoin. Not me, pal. Could they have just stolen the coin of Mr. Krabs? He seemed to have plenty. No, we didn't find any other coins on him, and that's because he hid all of them in his room. That I can confirm. If 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 stealing is not an option, then whoever owns the monocoin is the packing culprit. Who has a monocoin then? Well, when we were investigating the mono machine. Oh no. And then when we were investigating the mono machine, Monokuma gave me, Mario, Miku, 2D, and Mr. Krabs one monocoin each. And you dug your own grave once again. No, wait. And you have dug your own grave once again. Huh? 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 I know who the culprit is. It's you, Luigi. Eh? Eh? Luigi? No, that's Mario. Eh? Luigi? What? You're the only one without a fake note. Owns a monocoin and has a super suspiciously fake alibi. What is your alibi, by the way? Yeah, Marty. Yeah. What is your alibi, by the way? Yeah, why did you go to that meeting? Uh, well, it's because Mario and I went back to our dorms as he said I needed some rest. Likely story. Even if that did happen, nothing was stopping you from going back to the dining hall. You're all wrong. Luigi spent his monocoin on the machine. We all watched him. Yeah, that. No, wait. You all watched him. Okay. Actually, I did find some more monocoins in the school later on. Being truthful, even in the height of doubt. What an interesting choice to make. Well, so Luigi's the culprit? I did not see that coming. It can't be. It is not a me. You can say that all you want, but it won't change anything.
Can we, can we vote now? We know who done it, right?
It can't be Luigi. I don't believe that. I haven't figured out who made the weapon yet. That doesn't matter. He's the most suspicious and only suspect. It's not the Luigi. We're comment. If I were to comment on his, I'd say we're all split. Oh, 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 oh! You said it. You said split. Banana split. I can't do Monokuma anymore. Oh! You said it. You said split. Banana split. Banana split? Not to worry. If you're all divided, I have a special way to deal with this. You do. I present to you all the Morphianal trial grounds. Huh? This thing can change. I packing high tech set. We're gonna morph? Oh my god, this means this is only halfway through the trial. Well, I guess I can just edit this tomorrow. I don't know what's about to happen, but I need to somehow convince everyone that I'm not the culprit. Because if they vote for me, we'll all. Don't worry, I get us back on track. Just gotta stay confident. Split opinion. Is Luigi the culprit? Luigi is the culprit. Tero, Didi, the conductor, Sans, Peter, Brian, and Ashley. Luigi isn't the culprit. Luigi, Mario, Parappa, Fluttershy, Miku, Turi, Nagito, Eris-chan. Luigi is the culprit? They didn't do the thing where the portrait of the one who's got murder is on one side and the other. Luigi is the only one without a note. So he must have been the one to write them all. Maybe the killer forgot to give a note. Maybe the killer forgot to give a note to Luigi, or he never found his. Still, Luigi outright admitted his own monocoins, so he's still had a chance to lure Mr. Krabs. But Luigi is not the only one who owns monocoins. Luigi's been pretty eager to talk about that shelf, though. Is he trying to... No, that's Peter. Luigi's been pretty eager to talk about that shelf, though. Is he trying to distract us? No. There's evidence that proves the shelf is connected to the murder. Then Luigi's the one who jumped from the shelf, making him the murderer. If you said he jumped, we still haven't discussed what the murder weapon even is. Then he probably used the blooming frying pan. But we already discussed that, said Frank. Pan isn't the weapon. However, Luigi's alibi seems pretty suspicious, don't you think? No, but his alibi includes Mario, and we haven't even checked with him yet. Even if Luigi went to his dorm, he could have just gone back to the kitchen. No, he couldn't, because I saw him going to his dorm myself. There's no other possibility, so Luigi is the killer. No, there still are possibilities. We haven't checked yet. Crouch bind. Crouch bind. Luigi isn't the culprit. This is our answer. Oh, they all say in like chorus. Break. See, Luigi isn't the culprit, all right? At least we shouldn't see it as the only possibility. Fine. Sorry, Luigi. I just wanted to find the killer already. It's okay. Then what do we know now? Look for someone else who matches what we know about the culprit, it seems. Luigi and Mario both look at each other. Luigi? Luigi? Looks like the light just had an epiphany. Oh no, Luigi's. No. I was. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I. Yeah, I just. I think I know who the killer is. Oh no. I always press. I always tape my eyes on this part, but now I have to read it. Oh, I just select the one I think it is, and I close my eyes and silence the thing until a little bit. You do? You do? You do? Then who is it? Uh, I, I, I was the body. Th- This might be a completely wrong, but I just had a horrible realization. I, I have to check. I have to see if I'm wrong. It I have to be. It can't be. It's, it's Luigi. It's okay. Whatever you're doubting, don't worry about it. You can tell us, alright? We're gonna get through this together, remember? So please, you don't need to be afraid. Mario. Yes, Luigi. Was, 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 was it you? Mario stayed silent. What? The brothers are suspecting each other. It was Mario? Oh no, that's not it. It was Mario? No way. I I I I don't believe it either. But something inside of me, it it's it's just a possibility I want to get rid of. Well, let's get rid of it then. Wait, Mario does fit the criteria too, right? He does. Who is the only one with a monocoin that could have done it? Mr. Krabs, 2D, or Mario? I am so sorry. Mario. Out of the people who own the monocoins, Mr. Krabs is dead. And the Miku and 2D went to the meeting. That only leaves me and Mario. Mario still stayed quiet. Who could have wrote those notes? Luigi thought to himself. Mr. Krabs? No. Monokuma, he already said that he couldn't be interfere with trials, so I don't think it was him. That only leaves Mario. But I don't want it to be him. Anyone could have been in those notes, including Mario. Who could have gone back to the dining hall despite walking with me to the dorms? Mr. Krabs wasn't there, and choosing Luigi would be very funny, but no. Yep, it's Mario. Mario just had as much of a chance as I did to go back to the kitchen. You're a pretty smart guy, Luigi. But that doesn't mean he did it, right? There's gotta be another way. That, that There probably is. I'm sorry, Mario. Just forget I said anything. There is nothing wrong with checking every possibility. Oh no. Huh? If I was the killer, what did I do next? After killing Mr. Krabs, where did I go? Mario, what are you? Well, what did he packing do next? How about we discuss that now? Huh? Mario, why are you being so passive about all of this? What did I do next then? After dealing with your murder, I bet you fled the scene. But I, but then, but, but that would have been around the same time we all left the classroom. Yeah, we didn't see anyone come out of the dining hall. Then did he stay in the dining hall all night? That way he could have just escaped in the morning? Oh, imagine staying locked up with a dead body. A body you killed, nonetheless. What is Mario doing? I just need to ignore him and focus on finding weak spots. And then did he stay in the dining hall all night? That No, that's a wrong break. But the killer could have stayed in the dining hall all night. Me, Fluttershy, and John Derry Chand were outside the dining hall before the morning announcement. When we went in, we didn't find anyone else. Even if someone were hiding, it would have been pretty easy to find them. It would? So the killer escaped the dining hall sometime during the nighttime announcement. But we already said we didn't see anyone come out of the dining hall. What time did you five actually leave the classroom? Right when the announcement played, 10 p.m. Ah, but you're forgetting something. We are? That's Miku. Think back when we were all in the gym for the first time. And also when we were in the gym from Monokuma's motive. When the nighttime announcement played, were we all immediately locked in the gym? No, no, no. There was a little bit of a time as we were still talking. Exactly. Now think about what Monokuma says during the nighttime announcement. Well, what does she say? Luigi thought to himself. I'll say right here, right now. Despite it being nighttime, it is now 10 p.m. As such, the doors to the dining hall and gym will be locked. Insert goofy joke here. Will. Will be locked. That doesn't sound too immediate to me. It does seem you packing pack. Nope. Boo! I like to wait a couple of minutes before I officially close the doors, just in case someone was innocently in one of those places, you know?
Damn, damn, I had no idea.
Even if you were, even if you left at 10 p.m., the culprit, even if you five left at 10 p.m., the culprit still had a chance to escape after you. Wait, there's still something not accounted for. All right, yes, it's time to piece together. Peter, listen, listen all. So after fleeing the scene a little after 10, the killer went back to the dorm for a snooze. I could go for a snooze right about now. Peter, what about the blood? Blood? What blood? The blood on the killer, stupid. Oh, that's simple. The killer just took a shower. Jeez, how stupid can you guys be? Hey, I'm not stupid. No, there's no way the killer could have done that. Oh, that's simple. The killer just took a shower. Jeez, how stupid you guys be. No, that's wrong. Rick, the killer couldn't have washed off the blood because at night the water is turned off. That doesn't mean they could have used their spit. Peter, I think it's best if you stay quiet for the rest of this. So why did the kid take the shower then? Did he take a shower at all? No, I think the kid took a shower in the morning. In the morning. They took the shower in the morning after the morning announcement. And when did we find the bloody body again? You packing pack next? Uh, around 7:05 to 7:10 in the morning. And and everyone gathered around 7:15 to 7:20. That basically gives the killer just enough time for it to take a shower, I guess. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, why did you stop for that long? Well, tell you the truth, I hit pause to get some water and I read the rest of the thing. Now, see how that story doesn't say anywhere that I didn't hit on that I hit on pause? Yeah, that's right. I read the entirety of the rest of this without hitting on pause and I fucked myself over. So sadly, you won't be able to see my genuine reaction to all this shit, but at least you will be hearing a second wind from me. So here we go. So I'm going to be continuing after I say, after I said, after the after the non-stop debate where Peter goes and says that they went in for a snooze and they took a shower, and Luigi said, "No, that's wrong." So here we go. Break. The killer couldn't have washed off the blood because at night the water is turned off. That doesn't mean they couldn't have used the spit. Peter, I think it's best if you stay quiet for the rest of this. So why did the killer take a shower then? Did they take? No, that's Mario. Did they? Did they take a shower now? No, I think the killer took a shower. Luigi thought to himself. In the evening, they didn't shower. In the morning, they took the shower in the morning after the morning announcement. And that's where you find the bloody packing body again. Around 7:05 to 7:10 in the morning. And that's and everyone gathered around to 7:15 to 7:20. And that basically gives the killer just enough time to take a shower, I guess. That's Ashley. No, I remember now, Luigi thought to himself. Ah, I see one of us has committed murder. One of us? No way, I bet Kuma did it. I can't do anything to you lovely students unless you break a rule. One of you did this to poor old Krabs, fair and square, and now you have to figure out who done it. Who done it? Nobody did it. It was you. Mario! Mario stood in the kitchen doorway, clenching his fists and raged. No. I just said I can't. You really need to get your ears checked, plumber. At the time, I thought that Mario was just being in denial about Monokuma's involvement of the murder. But what if it was because he just got there? That's all he heard. Mario stayed in silence. Ah, so his shower did take a little longer, and therefore was late. No one would have been paying attention to who wasn't there, since we were all focused on the party. So Luigi is saying that Mario did it? I, I, brotherly betrayal! But is he actually a killer then? No, we just tried to clear away this possibility, right? But after talking about it for so long, it seems it makes sense for more than we thought. That's Brian. No. There has to be a something else. Something else. Mario would never. Luigi, huh? Throughout this whole trial, you surprised me. You've shown me a side to you that I never thought existed, which is funny, since I should have known everything about you by now. It makes me all the more proud of you. What? What are you saying? I want to find the truth. Hiding is no longer an option for you or for me. Huh? What's going on? What the pecking peck neck peck necky peck heck is he talking about? Huh? Haha. What do you mean? What's going on? Obviously, I'm not a killer. Yeah, of course he isn't. I mean, no one's even got a clue on the weapon, right? That means it could be anyone still. Haha. He goes into a little bit of a Mickey Mouse in this one. I don't know why. Give me a minute. The weapon could be basically anything at this point. You could say I jumped, but that's not a weapon, is it? You can't kill a Mr. Krabs by jumping. Haha, how silly of us. Mario, I, uh, I know what you're doing. You want me to find the truth, huh? Th- there, there may be one possibility. One possibility that only you could have done. You are saying I'm the killer, Luigi? I didn't know you were such a comedian. I guess he is. No, there is something. No, there is nothing at all, Luigi. I've, I've just gotta prove it to you, Luigi thought to himself. Argument, armament, start. This point in the thing is basically you have to time button presses to whatever the guy is saying. You have to use different truth bullets to shut down their arguments, I think. I haven't played Danganronpa in a while. You're saying I'm the killer? Haha, very funny, Luigi. There's no way that's true. Luigi didn't answer all his arguments. All of this evidence is clearly a coincidence. You don't believe your own brother? Luigi, please stop this. I'm sorry I told you to go to bed. You could have prevented the murder. I was I was thinking wrong. This whole thing is my fault. Please don't give up. Final blow. What did I do to kill Mr. Krabs? Stomped. No, stomped on his head. And then you have to arm the last piece of evidence at the very end. All of this time, we couldn't think of of a weapon. We couldn't think of a weapon that the killer used when jumping off the shelf. But that's because Mario stomped on his head. He what? Stomped on his head? On his head? That wouldn't impacting. That wouldn't impacting kill him. Of of course, for any normal person, that would kill anyone. But Mario's specialty is stomping on the heads of his enemies. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. So using the shelf wasn't just for extra height, but also so Mario could perform his blow. Mario, I still don't believe what I'm saying. There's no way, right? Never cease to amaze me, do you? Dude. Luigi stays hands. There's no way Mario's the killer. Yeah, it's impossible. He's been helping us all this time. He's the one who suggested to investigate our way out. What kind of guy like that to turn his back on us? I don't know what to think anymore, but I gotta look past the lies. Mario can't be the killer. Yeah, anyone who can make faster in a murder to me. A lot of evidence points to him, though. We've just covered a potential method of murder. Stomping on his pecking head. Is there any proof that it happened, though? No. None. None at all. No, that's not DDD. None. Not at all. Somebody save then. Are we back to square one? I, I need to look past the lies. I need to find the truth. None. None. None at all. No, that's still Mario. Alright. I'm back. I need to look at the past the lies. I need to find the truth. None. None at all. Mr. Krabs' head wound. No, that's a wrong break. No, there is evidence proving it happened. There is? When I took a closer look, at Mr. Krabs' wound, it looked kinda dirty, and I think it might be from Mario's shoes when he stomped on him. Eh? You proved the killer by his dirty shoes? That's quite a damning piece of evidence. How else could the wound have gotten dirty? I I don't know. So Mario really is the killer. That sense. I can't believe that was the first thing you noticed, Luigi. Haha. Maybe you're a better suited as ultimate detective. No, Mario. Luigi, I want you to do favor for me. End this. Reveal everything. Solve all of the mysteries. And end this. I am tired of getting interrupted. I am straight up going to freaking line up this entire place with noise canceling foam so I don't have to listen to those people again. That's why my audio improves. Are you confessing? Huh? Please, Luigi. For me. For everyone else. For the truth. Okay. Let's go over the case one final time. Closing argument. In the closing argument, basically, you have to do a puzzle, fitting everything where it should go, like a comic book. Let's go back yesterday morning, when it all began. The culprit overheard the schedule of the meeting by Mr. Krabs and decided to use it to their advantage. They wrote the notes to everyone in Mr. Krabs' crew, pretending to be Mr. Krabs, informing them all of a location change from the dining hall to classroom A for the meeting, all except me. When I went to the dining hall, the culprit was a little surprised to see me. They convinced me to go back to dorms with them, but they never actually intended to stay long. After we had left, the others must have gone to the classroom for the supposed meeting. After I went into my dorm, the culprit went back to the kitchen to set up the crime scene. They placed a monocoin right underneath the spy shelf and pushed a crate through the wall to climb onto the shelf, and then waited. Here we see a picture of Mr. Krabs pushing his board into the dining room. Later, Mr. Krabs came to the kitchen, probably assumed he was early, since no one was there. He then caught the smell of the monocoin, since he frequently used his nose to find the money, which the culprit found out too. Enticed into the kitchen, Mr. Krabs found the money under the shelf and then was in the perfect spot for the culprit. For the perfect spot. The culprit strike was stomping on his head. The killer then got to work, finishing up the crime scene. However, they had to be quick, as it was almost nighttime. They hastily pushed the crate back to its original position, which went through some of the blood to finish. Some of the blood. To finish, they placed a frying pan in the pool of blood to make it seem like the murder weapon. When everybody in the crew left the nighttime, left at the time. I am having a stroke. When everybody in the crew left at the nighttime announcement, the culprit waited until they were all gone before leaving themselves. At the door to the dining hall doesn't lock immediately. In the morning, the culprit quickly showered the blood off themselves, since the water was off during nighttime. And this is why they were this is why they were slightly late to the body discovery. That's the truth, isn't it? The truth you want me to believe, Mario. Complete. That's that's all of the case. Thank you, Luigi. You did it pretty well. So Mario really did it? No way. Oh, pecking why? And Derry-chan stayed quiet. I guess there was nothing left to say, huh? Luigi stayed in stunned silence. I guess there isn't, and in that case, we can end this trial for good. Let's move on to the voting time, everyone. Now then, please cast your vote. Also, make it quadruple sure you vote for someone, alright? You could die if you don't. Who will be chosen as the black end? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Voting time. Voting time is basically you can choose whoever you want. If you don't vote, you lose. Like, you get executed. Fuck. Class trial end. Well, you all voted correctly. The Blackened who killed Mr. Krabs is none other than the ultimate hero, Mario. Luigi stayed quiet, and then Luigi gripped tightly onto his podium to keep himself upright. He didn't want to believe what the bear had just said about his brother. He just didn't. He kept a firm gaze on Mario, who took his hat off in shame. Hey, you are all right. The one who killed poor Krabby. Why? Why'd you kill him? I can't do DDD. I've said this plenty of times. Why? Why'd you kill him? You just said you didn't believe in what Monokuma said about the killing game, right? Were you lying to us? Ah, I'm sorry about that. Mario, you? But why? Guess I have some explaining to do, huh? You sure do. I suppose it all began with the motive. The first blood perk. Oh. I thought that maybe if I did it, I could just escape and get help. Even so, that meant sacrificing one of us. Yeah, I know. So, is there a reason you were for Mr. Krabs? From the way he was acting, it seemed like he'd put others before himself. But you blew and killed him. I think even he would be saying no to that. I realized that too late. Is that the only reason you decided to kill him? Said Ashley. I. There were times where he seemed kinda suspicious. The whole boss thing felt strange. And when he said that thing to Luigi. Flashback. Mr. Krabs laughed vigorously and placed a firm claw on Luigi's shoulder.
Hey, lad, don't look so worried.
Are people done interrupting me? Are they done? Are they done? Like, actually. Alright. I am. I am going to move out. I am sincerely going to move out. This is way too fucking much every fucking day with these people. Anyway. There were times where he seemed kinda suspicious. The whole thing felt strange. And when he said that thing to Luigi, Mr. Krabs flashback. Mr. Krabs laughed vigorously and placed a firm claw on Luigi's shoulder.
Hey, lad, don't look so worried. I promise ye, under me care, you'll be just fine. So let ye guard down. So let ye guard down, alright? I get that.
Flashback end. That I was still hung up at the time about whether or not I should do it. Hearing that, it made me start theorizing. Mr. Krabs was gonna do something. I kept having these thoughts about it, about the meeting, about Mr. Krabs. I even thought he was planning to kill a Luigi. What? What? My mind was going crazy. So I decided to write that those notes. Was that not? Was that not so you could kill him in the kitchen? I I was still torn at the time. I stayed in the dining hall thinking about it, and that's when Luigi came in. So that's why you were flashback. Oh, Luigi, what are you doing here? Mario, I have a meeting here, remember? Oh, that's all right. Where is everybody then? I don't know. I guess I'm earlier or something. Haha. What are you doing here? Me? Oh, I just wanted to get a snack. All my investigating has made me hungry again. Always gluttonous to the end, Luigi thought to himself back then. Flashback end. I almost forgot you were gonna come to the dining hall. Haha! You knew I was going to come? You knew I was gonna come? Then you actually didn't write me a note? No, I want to keep you away from that meeting. Mr. Krabs as well, in case he did something. Then why you said to me was that? Don't get me wrong. I was really concerned for your health. You seriously weren't looking so great. That was also a reason why I thought Mr. Krabs would target you. But, 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 Mr. Krabs, really? I don't know. Thinking back on it, it was all probably just my misinterpretation. When did you decide to kill him? As we got to the dorms, and I seen Luigi was safe, he went to his room. I had a thought, a desperate thought. I wanted to escape. I wanted to escape with Luigi safe. Mario, if I'm being honest, I wasn't thinking straight at all. I did lure Mr. Krabs with a monocoin, and I did stomp on his head. I didn't want to stay for long after that. That's probably why the crime scene looks so sloppy, huh? That's why so much evidence was left behind. I did quickly put the pan down, though I'm not sure why I even did it. You knew you were killing in the perfect times limit, so it doesn't make sense why you'd want to obstruct this. There wouldn't even be a trial to begin with. Yeah, but I still had a feeling deep down, I guess. But that still isn't fair, right? Even if you did it, you did do it in the time limit, and Monokuma never told us about when the body had to be discovered. Whoopsies, said Monokuma said. When I heard of that, I knew I should have never have done it. I was even paranoid when I woke up. When I woke up, that is why my shower took so long. But before the investigation, you said flashback. Luigi, if I didn't tell you to go to sleep, then you probably would have been able to prevent the murder. And it's all right, Mario. It's not your fault. But it is. And to make up for it, we need to find out to kill Mr. Krabs for his sake. Since I found out there was going to be a trial after all, I wanted to help you all I could. Why didn't you just outright say you would kill her then? I don't know if I should. I didn't know if I should. Didn't know what would happen. I just want to escape. Escape with Luigi. Escape with you all. But but I guess I took it too far by killing, and that is unforgivable. No, 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 Mario. It's alright, Luigi. What I did, I understand if it's hard to believe. Still, I still don't believe it myself sometimes. Even if you can't believe it, it still happened. So I think that's enough exposition. Cause I'm getting totally bored over here. Why? What you pecking waiting for? To do the punishment, silly. Punishment? Oh yeah, you said the killer would receive punishment if they were found out. And what is the punishment? No, no, that's generic. And what is the punishment then? Execution! Huh? What? Oops, did I forget to tell you that? It's pretty obvious though. An eye for an eye, as they say. Mario killed. So Mario gets killed in return. Oh dear, if only I told you all sooner. I completely forgot. It just seemed like I wanted to see your pretty little faces filled with despair. Yeah, I think the mind control screwed his brain even more. I'm not talking about like right now. If I'm talking about right now, I'm not sure if he is on mind control right now, but he was. But in Danganronpa 2, he got his mind screwed with. So I'm guessing that that had very adverse effects with him. You knew about it? No, it's not Teto. You knew about it? How'd you do all of this? Are you working with Monokuma? I am terribly sorry, Mario. Maybe if I did tell you about it, you would have never committed the murder. However, maybe it was better that I didn't tell you. Why the hell is that? You killed for hope to escape. You killed for your sake of hope. If anything, Mr. Krabs was merely a stepping stone so you could get closer to your hope. And that is such an amazing feat. Mario stayed quiet. You're seriously messed up. God, how inconsiderate can you get? Maybe he's alright. I didn't know what else I wanted other than get out of here. And now I guess I am going nowhere. What are you saying? You heard the bell, right? Execution! Luigi's eyes widened as much as they could, hearing his brother say that Luigi finally realized what was going to happen. He felt a cold sweat on the back of his neck and held back his tears. No, 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 you're not gonna. You can't. Oh, but I can, and I will. It's the rules, Green Palmer. Luigi felt as if his world was distorting around him. It wasn't right. None of this was right. So, without further ado, I've prepared a very special. No! No! Luigi. Suddenly, Luigi sprinted to his brother and wrapped his hand around him, gripping him horribly tight with trembling arms. Luigi? No, you're not. You're not dying. I'm not letting you. This is it. This isn't real. Luigi rambled between loud sobs, tears streaking down his pale face. Everyone looked at the two in guilt and sympathy. Luigi, it's all right. What? What? We've lost challenges sometimes, right? Yeah, but we don't. And sometimes you gotta face the consequences. I'm, I'm prepared for this. I'm not gonna look away. This wasn't my fault. Mr. Krabs didn't deserve what I did to him. And I have to face this punishment. But the kingdom, Peach, everyone, me, even if I'm not there, they're all strong on their own. They'll get through it. And Luigi, you gotta be strong too. Prove to me, prove to everyone that you can do it. Escape here and defeat whoever is behind this. Show me the Luigi I've always wanted to see. Luigi looked to the ground, eyes shaking as he felt a gloved hand wipe away a tear. A tear. He looked back up into his brother's eyes. How do I prove myself when you want to be when you want be here? I'll, I guess I'll just know. Mario then smiled. It was warm. It was determined. It was proud. It almost didn't reflect any sense of fear or anger as to what was about to happen to him, as if it wasn't going to happen at all. Luigi stared at him for a while, teary eyed and shaky breath. After taking a deep breath, he finally spoke. This is this is the worst. Trying to smoke. For, for you, I I'll I'll try. No try. Will. I I will. Mario hugged Luigi one last time and stood back. I guess this is a goodbye, huh? I had fun, but I suppose everything comes to an end. No, 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 Mario! Oh Lord, that was the conductor. We done? Good. Don't interrupt me again, or I might just kill you out of spite. Mario stood there in silence. Ahem. That were any rude interruptions, I've prepared a very special punishment for Mario, the ultimate hero. Mario, please, don't worry about me, Luigi. Let's give let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Mario, I love you, little bro. Punishment time. Um, uh, well, since I don't want to get spoiled on YouTube, there's no cuts in here, by the way. It just says punishment time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a visual for you guys. Or you can imagine it on your own, just skip a little bit. I'm not sure how much, but you can skip a little bit forward if you want to hear me jabber about how I think Mario's execution would go. Um, so Mario's execution would be something like playing totally unfair Mario. Like he has 99 lives, but he has to play. He has to save the princess on like a very hard, like completely unfair level. On his last life, he finally gets to Bowser's castle. He knows all the tricks by now, but when he reaches for the axe to cut the bridge, the br- the the axe cuts the ground beneath them, throwing him into a pit of lava. And that's when Mario runs out of lives, trying to be a hero and ultimately failing. That was punishment time, or at least what I think Mario's execution would be. Just him trying to be a hero, but dying and dying and over again till his last life, where he didn't save anyone, and and Peach is still captured by Bowser. The end. No, it's Bowser dressed like it's like a Robo Monokuma that looks like Bowser. Yeah. Extreme, extreme, extreme to the max. What the heck was that? Said DD in a raspy voice because the reader couldn't do his voice anymore. That that was horrible. That was horrible. What kind of bear are you? That was Peter, but I fucked him up. What kind of bear are you? A bear that loves a good old death. That's who. You're sick, said Ashley. Not as sick as someone who killed an innocent crab. Monokuma, after a maniacal laugh, disappeared. Poor Mario. He only wanted to escape with all of us. Hi, hey, it's gonna be alright. Then Parappa turned to see Luigi. Luigi? The only thing Luigi could hear was ringing his. The only thing Luigi could hear was ringing in his ears. The world spun around him, and his legs gave out as he collapsed to the floor. Luigi! That was Fluttershy, but I feel like in serious moments she wouldn't be, you know. He couldn't hear anything going on around him. Everything was muffled, far, far away. He couldn't even hear himself scream. It, it all happened so fast. Someone had rushed to help him up, or gave him distant support, a rub on the back, and it's gonna be okay. He wasn't paying attention to any of it. They walked him to the elevator and traveled in complete silence back to the school. Three, three walked into his room. From his blurred vision, he could make out as Fluttershy, Peter, and Brian. They helped him into his room. They said something he couldn't make out. Then they slowly shut the door. Luigi struggled to his bed, stumbling over his feet too many times to count. He fell immediately onto the bed and shut his eyes tight. Tears somehow continued as he thought he ran out and stung his cheeks once more. He wasn't going to wake up. He was never going to wake up. His brother was never going to wake up again. So why should he? He should only be allowed to wallow in despair. And this final thing, we see the Mr. Krabs and Mario are pinked out of the character sheet. Oh, fucking hell. That was that was a lot. Gotta be honest, this this shit hits you, man. Like a lot of it probably was like taken from Danganronpa 3, but I still say that that was really good. Like honestly, I would say that was pretty good. I I already said this before because I had to read this and then I didn't hit on pause, but this is still a really good fan fiction from what I can tell. So you're getting a double episode technically. That's I mean not only that, that's the reason why it took so long, but it also is because well, the technical difficulty I had. Um I am very sorry. Um if you want I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe right now because I would ruin the mood. But if you want me to keep doing this, just leave a comment or something. Honestly, I will do this even if people don't want me to, because honestly, this is going well. Not for me, but for like the fan fiction. The fan fiction is actually pretty good. Like I'm being honest here. Like being completely honest, this is really good. Better than I expected it to be. So I guess this is the end. So goodbye.